3D. Hello, people. I've been doing 3D scanning today all afternoon. 3D scanning Mekaneck's armor, the back side of it. It's got enough liquid chalk still on it. If you're using liquid chalk, it will turn it slightly milky permanently. I did it to the front side of it, and it's turned it a bit white. And that's as good and clean as I could get it all off. It'll permanently stain something like this. It's from the 80s. But I've been stockpiling them. Specifically to, not to ruin necessarily, but recently I've been called Destructo-Boy. I don't know why. All I have is a bag full of Motu. That's like, it was a HeMan action figure, but it's now in pieces. Like the head, the legs are off, and crotch piece is busted open, the torso's busted open. It's not like I intentionally destroyed HeMan action figures to see if I can scan to, make my own. I want to make my own weird, wacky customs that my custom HeMan action figures, people that make them, won't do, because apparently, I'm weird when I make them. Like, really weird. Like Disney ones, or I combine 2 or 3 other action figure lines into a HeMan figure, and it looks really weird. Weird enough that they want them for themselves, but they just won't do. They will not do them. I just don't know why. Well, I do, but one of them isn't very happy with all this photoshopping customs of HeMan that I do, because it looks weird and stupid, but it's perfect. Anyhow, I'm using Revopoint Pop2. This is the second commercialized unit, and I'm working on a huge TV monitor screen that's so huge I can't even read almost anything on the screen. It's just too big, and the letters and whatever are just too tiny. Anyway, let's do some 3D scanning. So this is going to be my 9th scan. So I'll change it to 9. Oh, that's weird. But it doesn't exist yet. Select folder. Maybe I'll go 10 just in case. I'm using high accuracy scan, using features and no color. Because I tried using colorful, it didn't like it, and well, it's sort of chalked up, so I didn't, look crappy. Anyways, this is my 9th or 10th scan. The other ones came out quite nicely too. I'm just experimenting with this one, how close I can get up to. This is like extraordinarily close. The other ones were either closer or further back until the scan said either excellent, good, or too far. I just wanted to see how far and close I can get. But now I know not to use this software to compile it into a mesh. I'm using their studio, which gave it a nicer, clean feel. The last 2-3 months I've been using the default program, which is the scan software, to do it for me, and it was just shit. And remove plane is off. I found out with this tiny itty bitty battle armor, if I cut off the remove plane, if I turn that off, it actually turns out to being a better scan and doesn't freak out that much. It still freaks out a bit because it sort of snaps. It'll go like from this to that sort of thing. It'll literally freak out for a little bit. Anyway, let's press the play button on the sucker. Let's see. This is the first time in months using this thing. Yeah, that means it's freaking out. But it'll find itself again. This is the first time. See how it just snapped out of place? It does that quite often. I'm not using the markers. I could be. This may not turn out so good. But this is the first time where it's actually picked up those little connector bits up top. Yeah, it's not liking it. Did not like that at all. But let's take a look at what it looks like. It's not too bad. If you zoom up, you can't see it. So I'm going to go back. It has some undo features, which is really cool. Maybe one undo. Ooh. There we go. I think I'm just too close. Did not like that. There we go. Oh, it is too near. Yep, it is too near. I did spot that. So what I'll do is I'll stop it, go way back. Way back. There we go. Then I'll just move the position back. Because I want you to see how near I could go. Okay. Looks okay at the moment. Too near. It still says too near. The very top it'll say. But since this TV screen I'm using is quite large, I can't read most of the stuff that's on the screen. Let's try it again. That white beam is on the turntable that I'm scanning. I'll manually cut that out. I'm using it because I found out the reason why my armor is not sitting on the turntable as much as it should. It just falls off. It's because the hinge clips are actually a little bit longer than the bottom of the armor piece. So it sort of falls down. So I have to have it lifted, as it were. But it's looking pretty good. I mean, look at those hinge clips. Awesome stuff. Sure, there are other people who have done 3D scanning for HeMan. A lot of them, once I contact them, it's not to scale to vintage because they didn't use vintage lines or they just didn't care. I had one guy who emailed me back saying just didn't care about, you know, the scaling size or anything like that. He just did it for fun, so he uploaded them for sale. And then when you actually import them into your 3D software and you actually measure them in the 3D software, see how it's sort of snapped out of place? So I'm going to go and pause that. Undo. See? It sort of snapped out of place. So I'm going to go undo a little bit. Undo. Might be a bit too close still. Yep. There we go. I would like to do this freehand, you know, doing it free-handedly. Fortunately, my shoulder, arm, wrist have got problems with them last 2 or 3 months. But it's looking quite good this time around. Not quite in the hinges. The other ones came out quite nicely. That's not too bad. Stop it. Complete. I won't mesh it up in here. You're given a lot of export options and how clean it exports it as a 3D model. Ignore all that, in my opinion. Other people might use it, but for this tiny little object, every time I used the settings to do it in here, it just crapped it. It made it look like rough, horrible concrete. The worst sort of look you can possibly see on it. And it looked like someone used very coarse sandpaper to sand it down to oblivion. And I just got real pissed off. But it took, I think, 3 or 4 weeks after, with help from the manufacturers and people who use this, to give me a really good heads up. So instead of using the scanning software to do it for you, open up their Revo Studio. Using their Studio software to do it for you, it came up with brilliant results. And I was pretty happy the other day. I was seeing such fine scans, but my arm was hurting, and I've got problems with my wrist, elbow, and shoulder. So, I don't last very long anymore because of a workplace injury. Ultimately, I've got nerve damage in my wrist, tennis elbow, carpenter tunnel syndrome, and nerve damage in my right shoulder as well from heavy lifting at my recent vocation, as it were. And it's done. It says 100% at the very bottom, so it should be okie dokie. So at the moment, my 3D scanner is still probably a bit too close, and I'd like to use my little stickers for markers, where it would mark some details on that. But overall, no, that's not too bad of a scan, but, there it is. It's those damn clips I want, these little hinges. Same thing with the other side. This is the other side. It had liquid chalk on it, but the main problem that I had difficulty scanning are these 4 little pins. These 4. In fact, when I had this scanning before I injured myself, this looked a lot better and more accurate than the inner piece. That god-awful thing. Yeah, well, I'll close this little video and I'll import it into the studio. I'll see you all real soon, sooner or later. I'm back again. I'm in Revo Studio. I haven't really used this that often at all. I think this is my second time using it. This, okay, you can import it in there. Okay, whatever. This is my second or third time using it in total. This site can import all your meshes into one go, and then manually align each one to fit, and then it'll merge them all in one sort of thing. But I haven't gotten up to that point. I'm just experimenting. Let's see. This is my first scan of today. It's got some minor problems. It's duplicated the hinge a few times. But overall, not too bad. One side is pretty gnarly looking. But my 3D software can always cut one side in half and mirror it. Overlap detection. Near detect. Isolation clip. I haven't gotten used to this clipping thing. It's very complicated. Clipping cuts off excessive parts in your 3D scan that you don't want to use. But let's see. Perspective, orthograph. I wish that there was like a front, side, left viewport sort of thing. That would be a little bit easier. A little bit. Nope. Oh, shit. That looks okay. I don't think I could use this one at the moment, so I'll be back with another load. Let's see. Import. Do you want... No, you don't want to export. So go for the next one that I did today. Ooh, wrong one. That one looks awful. I was experimenting how far I could go back. So it's either too close or too far. That looks a little bit better. That I was able to magically stand up on that base on the turntable by itself without that white little spacer. I need something to hold that upright. That's not too bad at all. I'd have to... It's sort of clipping the very bottom of the armor. Overall, that's not too bad. Let's see. 4, number 5. Ooh. Okay. It's not too bad. It's not too badly mangled. It is mangled a bit on the top there. But that's not too bad. So I'm going to go for some of that. Just getting rid of some of the overlapping problems. Is that better or worse? Where is... Ah, clip. There it is. So it does this weird sort of thing when it comes to clipping it. Apply that. Clip again. Yeah, it's going the wrong way. And it's still going the wrong way. Can't win. Nope. Apply. This can take ages. Apply. Clip again. There's 2 models of these pop scanners. For something small and tiny, I should have gotten the Pop2. I mean, not Pop2, the Mini. I should have gotten the Mini, but I thought I might be doing some larger to medium-sized scanning, so I got the Pop2. Go for the Mini if you want something really tiny, but really it only does tiny things. So I got the Pop2 that does all of them, but sort of struggles not on small objects, and that's pretty clean. Just struggles on thin objects. Overall thickness, that's 2 millimeters. That's 2 millimeters in any of its dimensions. So it's sort of not very good when it comes to scanning thin. On small objects, I mean, look at that. If only you could, let's see if I can zoom up. That's what it looks like. It's pretty good. I am going to go for... It took me a while to figure out how to export it because I can't see text anywhere because my screen is too big. And I tried to increase the size of my text that you see. Only works good in my software, but not for screen stuff. So I shall go to HeMan Armor. I think this was number 5. Export. So I shall go 5. No, I'll go 1 because I like to multi-export. Just in case. Because for whatever reason, 3D Max and Zbrush doesn't quite like some of my file formats for whatever reason. Even though they're compatible, they just don't import. So I like to export everything. Let's see. File. And I'm going to go for... I think I'll try smooth and see what that happens. Not much. And meshing. Ooh, ooh, oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love this. Holy shit, I love it, I love it, I love it. This is almost a best scan I've ever done of this crappy ass armor. I could probably try to learn how to use CAD. No, SolidWorks. I won't do CAD. I won't ever touch CAD ever again. SolidWorks, I did some tutorials recently, and came out quite okay. So I'll call this one 2. Number 5. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Holy shit, this is so cool. Where's the export setting? There it is. So fucking cool. Huh. Now it comes up with the STL. Strange. Oh, I didn't mesh it out the first time around. Let's see. I know I've done that, but why does it come up? 2. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And STL. No, STL the first one. How strange. Whatever. Probably forgotten. Now, time to look at ZBrush and or 3D Max import. See you then. Hello people, I've imported one of the many files that I've saved from my scan to ZBrush. This is what it looks like at the moment. It looks a little noisy, but it's a lot better compared to my scanning I did some months ago. And look, look, it's done the inside. At the moment that you can't see, I've cut out the excess as much as I can. I'll have to fix that hole because right there is a gap, but it's not a problem. There it is. This is pretty good. Not as good or as clean as I'd like it to be, but you know, I don't have the mini. I would love to have the mini. A mini pop would probably solve most of my problems, but overall, you know, I could either hire someone to do a CAD or SolidWorks, preferred SolidWorks 3D model on top of this, or I might have to learn it myself, and I really don't want to, because I'll probably forget how to use 3D Max and or Zbrush. That's how my mind sort of works. Overall, it's pretty cool. You know, this is not too bad at all. You've got a lot of smoothing tools in Zbrush to get rid of most of that. I used a automatic smoother last time. It took like 5 minutes to go through that. Overall, fucking good. This is from Revopoint, or Revopoint, Revopop, whatever it's called. Pop number 2, commercialized unit. Back again. This is my re-imported ZBrush model that I've applied some smooth to. Took about 15 minutes to smooth it down with the automatic smoothing features. I probably could do it by hand. I think it'd be a lot nicer. But overall, still very good. Very nice. Unfortunately, I do need my other hand. So I actually do need 2 hands to move around in ZBrush. But, you know, whatever. Thank you for watching. Back again, just a quick video. I just did some painting on it. Just some quick markings, fills, blue and purple. That's it. It's pretty cool. Shiny. See you all later.